So let's start with today's topic. Today's topic is post-fertilization events. Now, till now, we have done what has happened during fertilization. The fertilization is double fertilization in flowering plants, and this fertilization is called double because there are two fusions which are taking place in the embryo set. One is when the one male gamete is fusing with the egg, that is called syngamy, and which is forming the zygote. And the second is when the second male gamete is fusing with the two polar nuclei which are present in the center of the central cell, and they are forming triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Clear? And this is called triple fusion also. So that's why this is a very unique phenomena which is present in the angiosperm plant, and this is called double fertilization. So till now we have completed what happens till fertilization. After fertilization, now we are having primary endosperm nucleus and embryo, sorry, and zygote. And this zygote will develop into embryo, and the primary endosperm nucleus will get converted into primary endosperm cell, and this will get converted into endosperm. Now, when after fertilization, the endosperm is formed earlier, and then the development of embryo starts. Can anybody tell me why? Why the formation of embryo starts afterwards and the formation of endosperm starts early? Yes, Himani. Huh.
Because endosperm gives the nutrition to embryo.
Very good. So first we have to get ready with the nutrition, and then the embryo will start developing. So this is one mark question. Nourishment is given by the endosperm, and the embryo requires nourishment for its development. So nourishment has to be ready for the embryo before it starts developing. That's why the endosperm is formed earlier, and then after some time the embryo development starts. Clear? So this is again one mark, very important question. Okay, so after fertilization, post fertilization, the events which are taking place are the post fertilization structures and events consist of four things. First of all, endosperm is formed, that is formation of endosperm. Second is development of embryo. The embryo is developed, and once the embryo is developed, the ovule will get converted into seed. Maturation of ovule into seeds. And the fourth thing which is happening post fertilization is ovary gets converted into fruit. Now, first of all, we will see how the endosperm is formed. Now, as I told you, that it precedes embryo development. Before the embryo starts developing, the endosperm is formed because it is used for the nutrition of the developing embryo. That's why the endosperm is formed earlier than the development of embryo. Now, the primary endosperm cell is formed when the primary endosperm nucleus gets converted into cell, and that is called primary endosperm cell. Now, this primary endosperm cell is triploid in nature, having 3 ends because of the triple fusion. And this primary endosperm cell, it divides repeatedly by mitosis cell division, and it forms are triploid endosperm tissues. It forms a triploid endosperm tissue. Now, the cells of this tissue are filled with reserve food. They are very rich in reserve food material because the function of this endosperm is to nourish the developing embryo. So, the cells of this tissue are filled with reserve food material to nourish the developing embryo. To nourish the developing embryo. Now, sometimes the pen, what is pen here? Can anybody tell me?
Primary endosperm nucleus.
Very good. So, sometimes the primary endosperm nucleus undergoes successive nuclear divisions to give rise to free nuclei stage. Now, what happens? The nucleus, the primary endosperm nucleus is present. Now, this primary endosperm nucleus, if it is not surrounded by a cell wall, then it remains as nucleus only. And this nucleus keeps on dividing mitotically and will form thousands of nuclei. And that stage is called free nuclei stage. And this is also called pre-nuclear endosperm. When there are many nuclei, but the cells are not formed, the nuclei are free, and that stage is called pre-nuclear endosperm. Now, what happens afterwards? The nuclei will get surrounded by cell wall, and then it will form cells. Each nuclei will get surrounded by a wall and it will form cell. But at this pre-nuclear stage, there are certain fruits which are having this pre-nuclear stage. For example, coconut. Now the coconut water which we drink, नारियल पानी पीते हैं ना अपन कच्चा हरा नारियल का, that coconut water is pre-nuclear stage. The coconut water which we drink, which is very nutritious and which is given to many patients as well because it is easily digestible and it is very nutritious. So that tender coconut water is free nuclear stage of the endosperm, which is made up of thousands of nuclei. And the white portion which we eat, the surrounding white kernel of the coconut, that is cellular endosperm. So in some food, you find the cellular as well as the nuclear endosperm. Now, in some seeds, when they become mature, the endosperm is completely consumed by the developing embryo. That means in a mature seed, you will not find any endosperm because all the endosperm is completely consumed by the developing embryo till the seed matures. And the example of these seeds are pea, groundnut, beans, etc. So in these seeds, the endosperm is completely consumed by the developing embryo. And in a mature seed, we don't find any endosperm. But there are certain seeds where the endosperm is still present in the mature seed. There are certain seeds where the endosperm is still present in a mature seed, and this endosperm is used up during the seed germination process. That means this endosperm is present in the seed, and during seed germination, this endosperm is used up. Now, example of this kind of seeds are castor and coconut, etc. Now, see what happens to the embryo. Now, embryo is formed by the zygote. The endosperm was formed by the primary endosperm nucleus, which was the result of the triple fusion, whereas the embryo is formed by a diploid zygote, which is the result of the fusion of male and female gamete in the embryo cell. And this embryo develops at the micropylar end. Why at the micropylar end? Because the egg was present at the micropylar end and the pollen tube enters from the micropylar end. So this micropylar end where the egg was present, after the pollen tube male gamete fuse with this egg, they form zygote. That's why zygote is situated at the micropylar end. Now again this point has come that mostly the zygote starts dividing after some endosperm is being formed. So first endosperm is being formed and then the zygote starts its mitotic division, so that the developing embryo gets nutrition from the endosperm. So that the developing embryo gets nutrition from the endosperm. Now this development of embryo is called embryogeny. The process of development of embryo from zygote is called embryogeny. Now, what would be the end result of the embryogeny? Seeds. And seeds are of two types, monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. Shortly, we can call them monocots and dicots. So the development of embryo is called embryogeny, and the early stages of embryogeny are same in monocotyledons and in dicotyledons embryos. That means whether the seed is going to be monocotyledons or dicotyledons. What do you mean by monocotyledons and dicotyledons? Presence of one cotyledon and presence of two cotyledons.
Two
So
cotyledons.
if two cotyledons are present, that seed is called dicotyledon. Whereas a seed where a monocotyledon is one cotyledon is present, it is called monocotyledon. Now today we will see how a typical dicot embryo is developed. Monocot we will do tomorrow. Today we will do a dicot embryo. Now what happens from the zygote, proembryo, from proembryo to globular embryo, from globular to heart-shaped embryo, and from heart-shaped embryo to mature embryo. In some refreshers, you will find certain other terms also, which are the intermediaries of these stages. So if we see the development of a dicot embryo, a proembryo, globular embryo, heart-shaped embryo, and then a mature embryo. Now, a typical dicot embryo is consisting of an embryonal axis. And because it is dicot, it is consisting of two cotyledons. So there is one embryonal axis and two cotyledons. Now there are certain portions on this dicot embryo. One is epicotyle. epicotyle. Epicotyle is the portion of embryonal axis above the level of cotyledons. Above the cotyledons, there is a portion called epicotyle. And this epicotyle terminates with plumule. In seed, there are two portions, plumule and radicle. This you have studied in your lower classes. Plumule give rise to shoot and radicle give rise to root. So this plumule is the portion, the terminal portion of the epicotyle. This is also called stem tip. So this epicotyle is the portion of embryonal axis above the level of cotyledons, and this terminates with plumule. Plumule is the stem tip which is going to give rise to the stem of the future plant. Shoot, that is the portion above the ground. The next portion is hypocotyle. This hypocotyle is a cylindrical big portion below the level of cotyledon. Now this epicotyle was above the level of the cotyledon, whereas this hypocotyle is below the level of cotyledons, and this terminates into radicle. This terminates into radicle, that is root tip. The root tip which grows under the ground. So hypocotyle gives rise to the radicle and epicotyle gives rise to the plumule. This will become more clear once I will show you the diagram. Clear? Now the root tip, which is the radicle, it is covered with root cap. This root tip is covered with root cap. See, now this is the diagram. What we have discussed till now would be more clear with the help of this diagram. Now this was the egg, fertilized egg. Fertilized egg matlab zygote. This is the one-celled stage which is formed by the union of male gamete and egg female gamete, and this is called zygote, and the ploidy of this zygote is 2n. Now from one cell it will move to the two-cell stage after mitosis division. Now after zygote is formed, all cell divisions are mitosis only, no meiosis. So this is mitotically divided into two, apical cell and basal cell. Then it will convert into octant. Octant means 8-celled stage. So in 8-celled stage, what happens? 4 are at the tip. 4 are formed from the apical and 4 are formed by the basal. Now this apical will give a globular structure here, and this next stage is called globular stage of embryo development because a globule is formed. Now after globule and heart, there is an intermediary stage where this apical cell is divided to form a triangular structure. As I told you that in some books you will find some other terminology, some other names also, which are intermediary of this embryo development stage. So this triangular stage is that stage. It is between globular and heart-shaped structure. So this is called triangular. The apical cell has given this triangular structure, and this basal cell has given this suspensor. This suspensor is given by basal cell. The next stage is heart-shaped embryo. Heart-shaped embryo. And this heart-shaped embryo This heart shape is formed by the division of the apical cell, and the basal cell will give this suspensor. So heart shaped structure is formed, and this stage is called heart shaped embryo. After that, there is a torpedo. Torpedo is another intermediary stage between heart-shaped embryo and mature embryo. In this torpedo stage, you will find two cotyledons have been formed. From that heart, two cotyledons have been formed. And this is the cylindrical long bulge which is formed by the mitosis. So two cotyledons have been formed. The embryonical axis is there, and this is the cylindrical portion. This stage is called torpedo stage. And ultimately, you will find mature embryo sac, where you will find two cotyledons. These are the cotyledons. Now, if you see your NCERT diagram, in this diagram, you will see this is plumule, shoot apical meristem. This is plumule. This is the epicotyle. Here you will find a shoot apical meristem, which is also called plumule. And this plumule is formed by the epicotyle. And this cylindrical structure, this is called hypocotyle. And this hypocotyle will give the root tip. This is the root tip, radicle, which is called radicle. In your NCERT diagram, this is labeled as radicle. And on top of the radicle, you will find root cap. On top of the radicle, you will find root cap. I will show you the NCERT diagram as well. Is it clear? This diagram is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see once again. This is one-celled stage, that is zygote, fertilized egg. Two-celled stage, apical and basal. Octant stage, apical will give rise to 4 and basal will give rise to 4. Then globular, the apical is dividing faster than basal, and apical is giving a globular structure. Then a triangular structure, then a heart-shaped structure, and from this heart-shaped structure, two cotyledons are formed, and ultimately mature embryo is formed. And this mature embryo is having two cotyledons, epicotyle, which is consisting of plumule, which terminates into plumule, hypocotyle, which is having radicle, and out of this radicle you will find root cap. Clear? Now see this diagram. This is the diagram of seed. Now this mature embryo is present in the seed. So these are the two cotyledons. This is the plumule and this is the radicle. And this is the seed coat, the covering which is covering the seed. It is called seed coat. So this is our ovule. Now the ovule has converted into seed. And this flower will get converted into fruit, because these stamens will go, these petals will shed, and this ovary will get converted into fruit. So ovary gets converted into fruit and ovule gets converted into seed. This is the seed in which we can find this mature embryo. This is your
Yes, ma'am.
NCERT diagram, because many of you are not having hard copy of NCERT book. That's why I have requested all of you to download your NCERT book, which you all must have done. But let me show you this NCERT diagram. These are the two cotyledons, and this is the plumule, epicotyle, and this is the cylindrical hypocotyle, and hypocotyle terminates into radicle. This is radicle, and this is the root cap. Clear? Labeling is slightly different. That's why I'm showing you this. Okay. Just see this diagram also. This is NCERT diagram. This is once the fertilization takes place, the primary endosperm cell is formed. First, the nucleus is formed, and the central cell will get converted into primary endosperm cell. So this is called primary endosperm cell. The antipodals will degenerate, the synergids will degenerate, and the zygote will remain. So from zygote, this is zygote, that is the fertilized egg, and this is two-celled stage. Two-celled stage is formed, and then this is globular. This is the suspensor, and this is globule. Globular stage, and from globular stage, heart-shaped stage, and from heart-shaped stage, this is the mature embryo. So this is the mature embryo, which is having radicle, plumule, and two cotyledons. Two cotyledons, plumule, and radicle. Radicle will give rise to the root, and plumule will give rise to the shoot after the germination of the seed. Now, where this mature embryo is present? This mature embryo is present inside the seed. Any doubt in today's portion?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So let me ask some questions. What are the events which are taking place post-fertilization? What are the events that are taking place post-fertilization in flowering plants?
Endosperm and embryo development,
Yes.
and maturation of ovule into seed, and
Very
ovary into
good.
fruit.
Very good. So four things are taking place. One is formation of endosperm. Second, development
Embryo
of embryo. Third,
maturation of ovule into seed.
maturation of ovule into seed. And fourth,
Ovary into
Maturation of
ovary into fruit.
ovary into fruit.
very good. Excellent. Okay. So how endosperm is formed? Rakhi.
One primary endosperm cell divides repeatedly and forms triploid endosperm tissue.
Very good. So first of all, primary endosperm nucleus is formed. That is after triple fusion. And when this is formed, the central cell will get converted into primary endosperm cell. And this primary endosperm cell will form endosperm. Okay. Okay. What is free nuclear endosperm?
Ma'am, in primary endosperm nucleus, they divide repeatedly by mitosis cell division and forms free
Very good.
nuclei.
Not three. Not three. Three are already
Three.
been formed.
Free, ma'am, free.
Free, ma'am.
Free
Free,
nuclei.
saying free.
Yes, free nuclei. Okay, yes.
And the
How many
cell
free
wall is
nuclei?
not covered.
Very good. So that means the endosperm is dividing, but the cell wall is not being formed, and many nucleus are being formed in the same cells,
Same
and
cell.
that is called free nuclear stage. Example,
Stage.
give me
Example, coconut.
coconut what?
Ma'am, coconut water is the
Water.
example of free
Not the complete coconut. Coconut, you will find the
Coconut.
nuclear stage as well as cellular stage.
Cellular
The
stage.
nuclear stage is water, and the
Coconut
white
water.
kernel is cellular stage.
Cellular stage.
Very good, very good. Okay. Now, in some seeds, you will find endosperm is present still after the development of embryo, and in some you will find that whole endosperm is being consumed by the developing embryo. Give me examples. Give me two examples where the endosperm is exhausted, finished, and two examples where the endosperm is still present. Yes, Rakhi?
Ma'am, endosperm is still present in castor and in coconut,
Very good. And
and
the
completely
is not present. It has been consumed
pea,
completely.
pea, groundnut, and beans.
Very good. So in some seeds, when the seeds are mature, the endosperm is completely finished by the developing embryo. But in some, it is still present. And when it is still present, what is its function?
It is used for seed germination.
Very good. It helps in the germination of seed. That means the germinating seed will utilize it during the germination. Clear? This much is clear? Okay. Come to the next question. How the embryo is formed?
Ma'am, first the zygote divides and forms pro-embryo, then subsequently globular, then heart-shaped, and then mature embryo.
Very good. And in some refreshers, you will find some other terminology also. And these are the intermediary stages. So basically, what are the stages? The pro-embryo, globular,
Globular heart shape
Heart-shaped
mature.
and
and
mature.
mature embryo.
And what are the structures which are present in mature embryo of a dicot embryo?
For dicotyl, there are two cotyledons,
Very good.
plumule,
Uh,
radical, epicotyle, and hypocotyle.
and two cotyledons. Very good, very good. So ultimately, when the mature embryo is formed, it is having two cotyledons in a dicot embryo, and it is having a epicotyle which terminates into plumule, and this plumule is also called stem tip because it is going to give rise the stem of the future plant, and the hypocotyle is going to give rise the radical, which is the future root of the new plant. So this is how the embryo is developed. And what is this development of embryo called?
Embryogeny.
Embryogenesis.
Very good. It is called embryogeny. Good. Very good. Any other doubt in today's portion?
Ma'am,
Yes, Dravita?
ma'am, in the diagram it's written suspensor. What is it exactly?
It is suspensor means what? Suspensor is anything from which you can hang anything. What is the literary meaning of suspensor? Which suspense? Which suspense? Okay. So the globular structure, the heart-shaped structure is all suspended from that structure. That's why that structure is called suspensor.
Suspensor.
Clear? It is
Yes,
formed
ma'am.
by the basal cell. I show you that the diagram. No, two cells are formed,
Yes.
apical and basal. So suspensor is formed by the basal cell, and apical cell gives rise to globular, triangular, heart-shaped structure.